Boom. I think we're live. Are we live? Test it. Check your phone.
I'm checking.
Does it show anything?
I screwed up in the past, so I'm not.
Oh God. What about now?
I'm refreshing.
Oh my gosh! It says we're live.
Well, let's just go with that. We're live. My YouTube
all right, we're live.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you? Besides
another week in paradise.
Technical stuff. Oh man. All right, another week in paradise. We're not doing this. We're not starting out with these cliches and stuff, right? That's not what we're doing right now.
I'm finally walking on my own again after being out of recovery for 2 weeks. That's why we didn't have our last episode, and that was all on me.
What?
I was deathly ill.
No. I'm not gonna let you go down like that. Come on.
I know. I'm glad to be back.
It's okay. Yeah, you're gonna be okay. I believe in you. If anybody's gonna believe in you, it should be me. So I believe.
I feel like.
Is that it?
It looks like something's live right there.
Okay.
But I'm only seeing you. I don't see me.
I didn't think that far through. Why would it not be both of us?
Yeah, I'm only seeing you, bro.
Oh,
you left me off.
Yeah, sorry. I don't even know how to do that.
I see you talking, but I don't know.
It's just me talking to nobody, huh? Why would it not do that? Okay, I don't know. I mean, we're live, but it's just me.
I hope
that's
they
not
hear
what
me.
I want. I wonder if they can hear you. Maybe we'll just end this and then we'll just see what happens, because that doesn't seem right.
Are we also on Facebook?
I don't know. Let me see. Try it. Go to Facebook.
I'm checking it out right now.
I think we are. I don't know. We'll have to see.
It's exciting stuff. You guys were.
This is, for anybody out there, whether you're going to see this live or recorded, you're going through it with us right now. So that's how that works. I wonder why it's not showing your video.
Come on, guys. Show me.
Come on. What's going on? Yeah. What's up, dude? How does this work? Does anybody know? Anybody out there?
Mark.
This is great.
Oh, that's cool. I could add Mark clip.
Well, while we go through this, how was your week besides being sick?
It's good. It's been busy. I was out the week before. This last week I got back to work, so I had a lot to catch up on. But it was good. It's catching up with code cases. We got some big crazy ones that probably end up going to the prosecutor. So just trying to get my head straight and get all that stuff organized. So it's been a hell of a week. But and then next week the director's gone, so I'm gonna be stepping in for him. For council and our department head meetings and stuff like that. So I'm ready to be strapped with that.
Okay.
How was yours?
Not bad. It was good. Nothing too crazy. I'm trying to think now because it's been a week or so. Let's see. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I don't think we're live on Facebook, by the way.
I keep refreshing the page. I thought it was me.
I don't think we're live. Let's see. Get started. Thank you, everybody. This is great. Why not just do this? And it's going to be funny because if it is live on YouTube,
it is.
I wonder if anybody's going to see. I want to reach. This whole Facebook thing. Why do you want to do this? Okay. Well, why is it just me? I don't like that. I don't like that.
That's crazy. You gotta say that there's more than one person. Do we all have to be listed as panelists? I know Zoom is like that.
Zoom's like that?
Yeah, where you have to appoint people like with different authorities so that they get seen.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why is this? Okay. The Facebook thing's not working. I'm going to have to work my way through that. I don't know what the heck's going on. So I'm going to close that one.
Technology.
It's great. And I think I'm just going to turn off the YouTube one, because if it doesn't see you, that doesn't do anybody any good. This isn't just me talking to myself. I don't know. What's it sound like on your phone? Turn your phone up.
That's a good idea. I should turn that up.
Turn your phone up to see.
Yeah, let me see.
Mute your mic though, so it doesn't. Can you mute your mic? So it doesn't,
yeah, I'll mute my mic.
Oh, I got you. Let's see if I can do it from here. Oh, you did it right. Okay. Can you? But you're not going to hear yourself talk if you mute your mic though. Okay, unmute your mic and then talk.
Check. Nope. I can only hear you.
It's just me. It's just me talking this whole time for 5.5 minutes. No, man. Okay. Well, bye YouTube. Yeah. We're going to end this. This is good. So good trial run.
Talking to yourself on YouTube.
Yeah. Thanks. Like I can butthead.
Oh man.
Oh man. Okay. We'll have to figure that out. I'll have to talk to somebody. All right. Bye, YouTube.
Tech support.
Yeah. Oh man. Dismiss. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and delete that. We're live on. We're good on Riverside though. So
good old Riverside.
Good old Riverside. So we'll delete that one forever. Gone. Like it never even happened. All right.
That would have been kind of funny. Little bloopers.
Yeah. It's okay. It's gone forever.
Well, I was going to say, I got a nice little message today from one of our listeners that has an interview this week, and they listened to our interview episode.
Oh, I hope they don't use anything we talked about.
They said they thought it was wonderful, so they look forward to doing their interview this week, and I know they'll get the job. So good luck. It's a supervisor opening.
Oh, cool. No, that's awesome. It's I don't know. It's funny to think that, you and me are talking about these things, with the hopes of it just captures like a lot more people, a lot more topics, a lot more things to think about with obviously government work in particular, what we do. So that's funny that somebody reached out and was like, hey, like I'm going to try to use some of those things that you talked about. It's like, oh God, I hope I didn't say anything stupid. And even if I did, oh well,
Yeah, we got to have a disclaimer. No. Don't sue us if you don't get it.
I know. Do we need that? Oh my gosh. Talk to our legal
just doing
team.
it right now.
Yeah.
Legal.
Don't. Yeah. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's make this official. Let's do the whole legal team thing. So let's do this.
I didn't know we had something.
We did. Oh, we have a. Ready?
Welcome to the Code Locker. Where the hosts and guests will discuss real aspects of code enforcement from the locker room without bias. We'll talk about inspections, safety, community relations, debrief cases, and much more. This is for entertainment purposes only. The views expressed on this podcast reflect the opinions of the hosts and guests. They do not reflect the opinion of any department or entity. Now,
you got that?
Grab a chair
Just
and
us.
your beverage of choice. Here are your hosts, Justin and Cheynne.
That's Justin. I'm Cheynne. We go.
That's us.
There's the disclaimer.
Can't quote us.
If you get fired or don't get the job, it's just our opinions. So
purely our opinions. Good luck.
Yeah. Good luck. That's awesome. So you were sick, which is horrible.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah, that's not good. What's been going on with me? Nothing. Just looking forward to you dropping your ring light. That was awesome. So let me mark that. We will be putting that up. That will be a clip for YouTube. Thank you, Justin, for providing such excellent content, like always. So we'll be doing that.
Watch
it's
out.
Okay. I talked to myself for about 6 minutes on the YouTube channel, so it doesn't matter.
Better save that.
What's been going on? Let's see. Well, nationally, obviously, Hurricane Ian is a big deal. We put a little, short out there and saying, thoughts and prayers, and whether some people say T's and P's, thoughts and prayers out there to everybody in Florida, and actually the Carolinas. I know it came back and strengthened and then went back. So
what a beast.
Ian's can we say bastard? Ian's being a bastard.
Yeah, so, he needs to go away.
Yeah. So it's all those families and everybody out there that's not even related to code enforcement or government work, just, T's and P's to everybody. So even if you want to comment negatively, T's and P's to you as well. It's funny. But let's see. I did get a good comment out of that, though. Someone said that their family was, I think, near the Fort Myers area, but they were fine. Everything turned out okay. Good. So that was cool that, like, the video we put out, it reached somebody that is affecting them. So that's cool.
Well, I saw on Facebook one of the code officers from the areas that just barely passed them, so they got lucky with that. And I know there's a few that reached out that were even putting on their email auto message that they're going to be, unavailable due to Ian for the time being. So it's
like their auto reply.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to know that, not only are you trying to take care of you and your family and your property, but then once, it passes, you're involved in trying to help the community as a disaster worker.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
It's kind of, because think about it's something that large of scale. It's going to not only affect like where you work, like, I got to go to work and deal with, whatever. That affects your whole life, your own house, your whole family, everything. I just, here we can have an earthquake at any time, and just imagine, they keep talking about the big one. It's like, okay, well, if that really does happen, it's going to be a nightmare. So
and in our industry, I know ICC put stuff out too. And a lot of the different organizations is, all the building inspectors, fire inspectors, code enforcement, plus all of the utility workers that are assembling in thousands with all their trucks and everything to go in and restore power. But I know, like, here, a lot of the cities I've worked at, we get cross-trained so that when there's a natural disaster like this, we team up with the building inspector so we could go red and yellow tag buildings and do an assessment. And that's our job, should we be called.
Yeah, we had some training about that. We did a mock scenario where they put all the teams together. It was like a disaster response. And you had to go out in these neighborhoods, and it was either like a couple code officers paired up, because there's not enough building inspectors to go around. Right. So they took, people that were maybe had a little more seniority, a little more certification. And we just did this mock drill, through our EOC, Emergency Operations Center and stuff. It was awesome. So it was a good time to do that.
It's good to practice.
Yeah. I think we used, what is it? ArcGIS.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's the, I don't know, but kind of like the standard. Well, at least everywhere I've worked, that's
the only one I know of.
Yeah.
Too.
What is it? Yeah, what's the parent company? What is it? ESRI, ISRA or something like that. Yeah. Aren't they do all that stuff?
Esri.
Yeah. Shout out to them. If I butchered your name, but shout out to you. We use them for that, company. I guess everybody does, really. There's probably no other option. Yeah. We use them for like 602 mapping and all sorts of stuff like that. Oh, squeaky chair. You like that? I gotta get a new chair. This thing is like, it's like,
reminds me of my work one. It creaks like that too.
Yeah, it's like an old school chair. It's pretty cool. It's solid, but it just is not. It's just a little much.
Lets you know when you're moving around.
Lets you know when you're there. It squawks at me all day. So, yeah.
We got some busy weeks coming up. Got a lot of conferences going on.
We do.
You're going to be traveling too.
A little bit. Going to Atlanta.
It's going to be a fun time.
It'll be good. I wish I could play some inappropriate music right now. That'd be awesome, but I'm not. Let's see. Yeah, no, that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. And then I think we have the, what the heck just happened? You still there? Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know what happened.
Glad you didn't hit the delete button.
I've done that before. There's a whole episode full of cool new things that we're trying out,
Playing around.
We're just playing around. Just new boot goofing, as the kids like to say. If that's what the kids say. I don't even know if that's right. So let's try to do something here. Let's try to do something. I want to do this.
You trying to make some sound effects?
No. Where was it? Okay, this is we talk about like cases across the country or stories and stuff like that. This is going to be one of those episodes. I found this article. I thought it was kind of funny. So I'm going to pull it up.
Okay.
And it's titled Troubleshooters is a property maintenance crusader keeping up on her own property.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
So apparently this individual is a council member and is trying to do like a rental program or code for blight and lawns and all this stuff. And people are like, well, I'd like to go to their house and I don't think they're keeping it up. So I was like, oh, you got to be mindful here. Let's see if I can, let's see. Let's try to do this. There's an option here. Oh my gosh. I'm so sick of ads. I don't ever want this. Absolutely drives me crazy. Does anybody remember a time in the internet world when there was no ads? Anybody remember that? I think I do. Do you remember that?
I remember when you dialed up.
Yeah. Oh man, you're really old then. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Whoa, look at that.
Okay, that's a little trippy, bro.
Is that trippy? There.
It's like mirrored like 80 times.
Let's do this. Let's do this. And then we'll... Okay, everybody's wondering what the heck is going on. I'm going to clip this. So we'll... So just so you guys know, I'm trying to share my screen with Justin here, and it's mirrored the whole screen into infinity.
It's like some Matrix stuff going on.
Yeah, so we'll do... Let's see this. Let's see if this is any better.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's
now
better.
You're working.
Look at me. I know things, kind of. So yeah, this is in Louisville, Kentucky. Metro Council member Donna Purvis has been on a property maintenance mission. Regarding grass being too tall and rental properties, and they're trying to create a registry program. So like a rental inspection program, I guess. But one of the first comments on here was, I bet there's not one person in this committee that lives in a home that's up to the 2022 code. One landlord said in the meeting. That does not, that doesn't exist. So without reading too much further into it, obviously their landlords and property owners are going to be battling this stuff against appears to be city council or some committee. I mean, what do you think about that stuff, Justin?
Yeah, it's funny. Most cities I've worked at, I don't know about you, but usually that's one of the first things you learn in training is they take you around to see all the council members' properties so you know where they live. Just so that, if you get complaints on that block or anything's going on, hey, that's a council member that lives on that street. But yeah, I've come across a few at some of my agencies where it's like the council member's house ain't quite up to par compared to some other homes, or at least the ones that they're complaining about. Okay. So it's that old saying about don't throw rocks in a glass house.
That's right. You bet. Especially with like code enforcement stuff, your house better be ready to go, in like tip top shape before you start calling
pointing those fingers.
Yeah, exactly. Calling code enforcement to come deal with you or these complaints, because more than they might end up at your house and be like, what the heck is this? So,
yeah, if anything, I tend to get more complaints from the council member that,
about another council person.
Yeah, not at my current city, but previous cities, it was more common to get complaints about the properties right next to them, and so it's like, but they want to remain anonymous. It's like, well, they know they live next to a council member,
right?
And now you're getting written up by code enforcement. So
yeah, that's hard to do.
I don't think we could hide that.
No, that's kind of, or that's like a tenant complaining about stuff on the inside of a unit, and like, I want to be anonymous. Right. It's like, okay, but like,
it goes in your room.
If you're talking something very specific, how would I ever know? And the landlord's like, well, how'd you find out? It was anonymous. The pizza delivery guy peered through the door and was able to see all these violations. It's like, okay, that one's a little hard. Right. But yeah, I don't know. You just got to be mindful of those things. Be aware that they're out there. I thought that was interesting that this person is on a mission to start this rental program for blight and property maintenance stuff, but you get a lot of feedback like, well, maybe your house isn't quite up to par either.
Well, I see that. That was something my team was talking about last week. Was it's just amazing how many of our complainants, the reporting parties, that point fingers and call code and say, hey, my neighbor's building this, my neighbor's got this. And then you drive by and you look at their property, and it's usually, in some cases, a lot worse.
Yeah.
It's like,
I don't understand that.
They're so picky about their neighbors, but they don't even care about their own.
No, they could care less. They don't care. They don't think about it because they think they're the complaining party. So they're like, oh, I'm doing the right thing.
Get the attention off of me.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start calling and complaining
on your whole blog.
Yeah. Just to get the attention off of me.
Have you ever had, somebody that's worked in city government complain to you about code issues, like somebody that lives in the city you work for and they work in code enforcement or city government?
So like they complain about something in the city I work, they're in government and code enforcement work, but like work somewhere else.
Right.
Like they're complaining, right?
But they're a resident in your city that you work for.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've had a code enforcement person do that. I don't really like run into too many people in code enforcement stuff outside of like seminars or classes or trainings. There's not, I mean, for as large as our state is and as many people are in code enforcement, there's really not a lot of people in code enforcement. I'm not running into like, oh, I'm in code enforcement too. I don't know if that's ever happened because that's pretty random. With that being said, though, from the first responder side, yes, fire and police, fire department personnel will be, hey, this is what's going on, or I think there's a hoarder situation, or stuff like that. Or same with PD or sheriff's office. I get that more. So, but yes, it does happen. I find interesting because sometimes, or even working for an agency and the fire department goes out on a medical call and then they call code. I know you've had this happen for, we'll take a hoarder because that's typically what comes up. Hoarding conditions, all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Right. They make it sound like it's the worst case on the planet. And you're like, oh man, I got to go out there. You put on my full battle rattle, my full kit, get my camera ready. And make sure it's charged. 2 ink pens maybe for this one for the amount
extra batteries.
Yeah, make sure amount of ink I'm going to be putting on this notice. But and then you get there and it's maybe not. It's just because that person's standard is less than complaining party standard. You know what I mean? I see that a lot too. If you got a good paying job and you live in a nice area, maybe like you take care of your stuff better than your neighbors, doesn't mean that your neighbor who lives slightly less organized or as neat as you doesn't necessarily mean that they're a hoarder either. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a huge range. So we've had to deal with that before and try to educate our first responders on really kind of like what we're looking for. But what about you?
Yeah, I've had a few. A lot of it's mostly, I'd say, retired people, like in public safety. I know my team that has predated me here at my current city. They said they used to have like a code manager that worked for another city that lived in our city, and he would call and point and things that weren't even on his block. It would be across town, and they're like, "What's he even worried about over there for?" And I guess at the time, the old my predecessor, a few people before me, called him up and said, "Hey, if you don't knock this off and stop calling in dozens of properties, we're going to come and check out your town and give you a phone call."
Nice. I like it.
A little tit for tat. So,
yeah.
But I think it's funny to see the ones that come to our counter. Actually, the ones that are violators, they come to talk to us at the front counter, and they
there it goes.
They have like they flash a badge, or they're wearing a T-shirt, or they come in full uniform, and they're like, "Oh, I'm PD, or I'm a fire captain, or this or that." I'm like, "Oh, great!" And it's like they think that that's somehow going to let them escape from the violation. Like, I totally want to work with you, but just because you show up in a uniform doesn't mean like we could just make a unpermitted garage conversion disappear.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy how they just come up and think that like that's going to be the answer to everything.
Built this unpermitted block wall over the weekend, and they got hit for it. And they show up. Oh yeah, I just got off of work. It's like, how can I help you? Right? Like, what? I don't.
Doesn't make a difference.
You could have showed up in uniform or not. Like, what would you like me to? What would you like me to do? I don't know. That's funny, but it doesn't matter. So if you're a firefighter or police officer or anybody else like that, it's the same for you as it is everybody else. And code officers too, for that,
It's all fair.
What's the joke? I enforce the code. I don't follow it. Like, it's like, okay. So
I had a case like that with the, we got a neighbor complain about a garage conversion ADU. Okay. And it turns out that the owner of the property was the building services manager for, I can't name names, but between you and I, the largest city in our entire region here.
Between you and I.
I'm like,
everybody at earmuffs.
Yeah, I was like, man, dude, you're in charge of the entire building department of this mega city, and you couldn't come and get permits for your granny flat? I mean,
not good. Not good. Yeah, should know better. What's the thing they talk about? It's always like a test question too when you're trying to go for a police position or fire. Professional courtesy.
Oh yeah.
So you're on patrol, you go to this, you see this driver swerving, and you pull him over for possible DUI. This guy tells you he's, or gal, Sergeant so-and-so at a neighboring agency. Okay. Like, what do you do? Yeah, go ahead, man. You're good to drive. No problem. Yeah.
You just take that can from you.
Yeah, no worries. You need two hands on the wheel, not one on the can. Let me take this from you. Like, it was always funny to me to have questions like that, but I guess it happens. That's why they ask it. I mean, we see stories like that all the time. So,
well, and I think some places stuff,
it's like, I don't know.
I think some places they do that a little bit more than they should.
They encourage it.
Yeah, a little too courteous for things that are a little bit past the legal spectrum. I saw a good video. It's all over YouTube, but there's one where it's a body cam from I think it was CHP or Nevada State Patrol, but they got a off-duty LA sheriff going to Vegas, and he was going like, I don't know, 120 or something in his Camaro. And as he walks up to the car, the sheriff guy flashes his badge and says, "Oh, I apologize. I'm just getting to Vegas." He says, "You're going 120 miles an hour." He's like, and the guy like tried to play it off like it was no big deal. He's like, "Sir,
I do this all the time."
Yeah, I'm like, and so the CHP is like, where you have to go that you have to go 120 miles an hour, and so he still wrote him up.
Blackjack is calling, bro.
Well, and that's what's important. It's like, he's this guy's trying to get away with that professional courtesy. It's like, sometimes it's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah. That's
twice
more
the
than a
speed limit.
stretch. Yeah. And for anybody out there, hey, slow down around state line. There's a lot of Nevada and CHP highway patrol out there. They're waiting for people because they know as soon as they hit state line, hey, we're almost there. You're almost there, and you're not. So it's okay. So I got another article. So let's see here. We're going to try this again. We're going to try the share thing. I don't want to share system audio. No, I'm good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh, let's try it like this.
Just don't break it. Don't break it.
Okay, I'm not. Okay,
I don't see anything.
Click on it. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Cleveland removes hurdle for code violations as part of efforts to fight blight. This just came out. I mean, look at that picture. No one can see it, and I'll clip this so we can maybe put this up. But
man, looks like some serious rot.
Serious something.
Yeah, with one support.
Man. Yeah,
looks like water damage.
I'd say so. Cleveland, snow, right? Ice, all that good stuff that you and me know nothing about living here.
Nope.
Let's see. And what's expected to be many changes aimed at improving how the city of Cleveland. And I've never been to Cleveland, but I've heard different things about certain areas and stuff like that. Obviously, kind of like anywhere else. But I think in general, I don't know how people would describe Cleveland, but majority of the time I hear it's more rough than nice. I guess I'll put it like that. I mean, it's typically
definitely
not that I run into. Yeah. That's a great way to put it. You're very diplomatic. How the city of Cleveland fights blight. This week approved a cost-saving measure that intends to make it easier to pursue code violations. So that's good. Ordinance is backed by the mayor, which is always good, and the director of building and housing. So,
it always shocks me when I hear stories across the country where there's parts of the country that they still have not adopted a lot of enforcement tools, like citations, abatement. It's crazy. It's stuff like this is like a headline.
Yep, I know. It's we're gonna do things to enforce our code. It's like, well, what were you doing before?
Right.
Like, I don't know. And it's funny too. I'll see if I can find it. Let me exit out of this.
I think that goes back to what Carl said on our episode with him was.
Yep.
He says, if you're working California, you head east. Everything kind of starts in California with new laws, new enforcement tools,
a lot of stuff.
It just spread. You have to spread it east.
Yeah. Like I see, it's funny to me because I see articles about, so and so, this agency or this city hired a code enforcement officer. Like they still put stuff in the newspaper. That's like that right here.
Like that's headlines.
Second one. Yeah, right here. It's just funny. Like people get hired and fired in code in California all the time. Let's see. I'll share it. Former Marine hired as town's new code enforcement officer. This is, let's see here. Macon County.
Making headlines.
Macon County. Look at you. Hey, you're so funny, dude. Macon County making headlines. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is in their newspaper article. It's a whole thing about this individual. Code enforcement person, the person that enforces non-police power laws and ordinances within the town of Franklin. That's their description. What do you think about that? The code enforcement officer is the person that enforces non-police power laws / ordinances within the town of blank, Franklin.
Interesting way of putting it, because I know here in California, technically we do enforce certain level of police laws.
Police powers, yes.
Yeah, we're misdemeanors.
Yep.
So yeah. I guess some cities it's just zoning.
Wasn't that a whole thing on the Facebook group we're part of lately?
I was going to bring that one up. Yep. The whole discussion.
You wasn't? Or you?
I was.
Okay, bring it up. Let's talk about it.
What seemed like from what I got from it was that the OP original poster was talking about doing some type of follow-up inspection or enforcement for zoning violation, unpermitted business in a certain zone. So he said that the business itself was not creating any problems. It seemed like a normal, nice business, but it was just not zoned for that. So he was tasked with shutting him down. So
it sounded like completely like there's no option for this person to even operate this business.
You got to shut your doors.
It is how I read it.
That's how I read it too. And he had an emotional post, and a lot of the comments I think were in response to that about, that part of our job that, we're tasked with things like that. That's somebody's livelihood. And, it's unfortunate that, that's the way that it was designed or the zoning laws were made. But that's a tough part of our job in code enforcement is, where it's not just going after the gang houses and the slumlords. It's you get these mom and pop shops that might not have done it the perfect way to meet zoning requirements. So
and I get that part because there's definitely parts of this job, and especially with interacting with certain individuals within the community in this profession, like I hate to do stuff. Like I hate to, go forward with enforcement action or whatever. It's just sometimes I can agree with this person. Like, man, this sucks. Like I don't want it to do it. I get what they're trying to do. And it's unfortunate that it's not working out in their favor. But it was interesting because a lot of people commented that where they are, that they also enforce zoning. And I don't recall if I commented on that or not. I might have I usually don't, but there's my rabbit again.
Day thumper.
Yeah. Oh, there's a chair again too. And we got a whole episode full of noises. I think I left a comment like, well, hey, here in California, we don't really have a lot of zoning officers that I've ran into that are specifically just zoning.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is a primary function of code enforcement, ranging from, illegal businesses, signage issues. You are the enforcement arm of all the planning, sometimes building department, your public works, parks and rec. Like you are the enforcement of like all of that. So unpermitted construction, like I said, building permit applications sometimes. It just depends where you're at. So I found that interesting too, because it sounds like that they had a building / code side of the house, we'll call it, and then a zoning part of it as well. But I guess their code people are deciding to do the zoning stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if you're going to bring that up or not, but I found it to be a fairly interesting conversation. A lot of people chimed in on that one.
Yeah, I feel like it seems more common on the East Coast, the split between zoning enforcement and code enforcement.
Yeah,
it's like seems to be an East Coast type of thing. But I know, like from our team where I work, we actually divided up. Everybody's technically a code enforcement officer, but their assigned area of the city. We actually have one code officer that's we call the commercial code officer, and they handle everything in the commercial districts. So, and that's just a special assignment.
Yeah.
Basically you got to be an expert at, business licensing, signage, zoning requirements. So I think that's the closest thing that we have to something like that.
Yeah. No, I've seen that with the commercial enforcement part of it.
Yeah.
If you have areas with large commercial districts or areas that need to be inspected for specific things outside a normal blight issue, then I've definitely seen that. I've seen it on the building side too. You have like a commercial building inspector, if you have large industrial areas or commercial areas. So we were supposed to start this like at what time? 6:45. It's like 8:30. I'm like, I just heard my alarm. I'm like, I think my family's home. So yeah, I hear them beating on the wall in the garage next to me, throwing their shoes. I'm sure
we're 2 hours in on a 30-minute episode.
Yeah. So, we've tried to keep these shorter. I actually talked to somebody about this over the weekend. They were like, hey, people's commutes, just try to do like 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, we try. Like it's not easy because you get talking.
Yeah.
Like you get going, you get in this flow. I told him, I was like, listen, we've been doing this for, almost 30 episodes now. I'm like, but every time it takes a little bit of a flow to kind of get going.
Right.
And I'm like, geez, right by the 20-minute mark, I'm like, okay, we finally got it figured out. And then we haven't even talked about anything. So, yeah.
No, I agree. I think, I know we've been averaging about an hour episodes, but I mean, for people like me, my commute's easily 90 minutes each way. So it'd be perfect.
For you, it's great.
I know.
Yeah.
I catch up on our episodes too.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. We always can do like a 30 or 40-minute one.
I know. We need to try for everybody out there. And just for everybody's sake, I'll see my phone's going off. So you can't see my video anymore because I'm probably getting a call. Look at that.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's funny. We'll wait for it to end. That's great.
It's me. I'm calling you.
Are you?
No.
You missed me? Oh, no. Thanks.
Oh, my gosh.
That's great. Okay, I'm going to add, let's see. Hold on. We're going to do, this thing's so cool. Okay. All right. Are we? You want to call this one? Because we tried to do YouTube, Facebook, and we actually tried to do speak. We tried to do this. An hour and a half earlier, didn't work.
There's some sound issues.
No, man, I don't know what's going on.
This is
so nothing worked. We had 3 things went wrong. One of them got corrected.
We're just glad to be back because we had we also had a 1 week off. So we're just getting back to the flow. Horrible.
I feel like I was like clicking on stuff. I'm like, I don't remember how to do this. It's been what, a week?
It's been a week.
I'm like, oh man, what do I click on? I don't even remember.
You need a tutorial.
No, I don't. I'm back in the swing of things.
Thanks for joining us on the Code Locker. Be sure to message us for questions or topics you'd like to hear. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Remember, friend, stay safe out there.
Why is that so loud?
My ears off.
Why is that one so loud?
You gotta adjust it.
What? Yes, I'm recording. Would you like to say hi to the folks at home? Oh, a pumpkin carver. Awesome. It's electric?
Dude, that sounds exciting.
Let me see it. Hold on. Thank you.
I just use a chainsaw.
Look at.
Oh, that's gotta save some time.
Oh, man. $13 in Canada. Oh, man. Canada, you suck.
Rip off, man.
What is this? Power saw. It's like a turkey carver. Here you go.
You're going to have to give us a review once you slice it open.
I'll give you a review. Maybe I'll have my kids do it. My kids have been dying to do like a kids episode.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like, I don't know if you'd be down with that with your kids and stuff like that. They can, ask us questions or we can figure something out. Yeah. Because my kids know about like code enforcement because that's what I've been doing for, as long. Same with you. So they always want to do like a kid episode. I'm like, all right, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll work something out.
I've always just told my kids I work for the CIA.
Yeah. Jeez. Do you?
Nobody will know.
Man, I shouldn't ask.
Nobody needs to know.
Nobody know. Cool.
Good ideas. Man. Well, with a little hiatus here, but we'll be back. We'll get it all figured out coming up.
Yeah. And if I blew anybody's eardrum out with the outro, sorry. So I don't know why that thing's so loud. You know what? Can I let's try it again?
Oh,
let's do this. Let's try it again. What? Okay, I'm sorry. I was just advised not to talk trash about Canada. Let's see here. All right. Can you go out for a second? I'll be right there. I promise. Love you. I love you. I'll be right there. Go. I love you. Okay, let's try now.
Thanks for joining us on the Code Locker. Be sure to message us for questions or topics you'd like to hear. 2 outros this time. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcast.
Please rate, guys.
YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Stay safe out there.
We need those stars.
All right. On that note, Till next time, my friend.
Till next time, sir.